This is the story of a crow. It's a read aloud. There was once a crow in crowdom who thought he was the most beautiful of birds. He would sit in the tree with all the other crows day after day and shake his wings so that the feathers would gleam in the sunlight. I am such a lovely, beautiful color, he would say to anyone who listened. Then he would throw his head back and smile. One morning, he looked out through the branches and saw another bird, a very different kind of bird, strutting across the grass. The bird had a long, long tail that dragged behind him. The colors of its tail twinkled in the early light. Then all at once, the new bird lifted his tail and spread it out wide like a gigantic fan. The crow gasped. He had never seen such glorious feathers before. The rich blues and greens seemed to glow on the tip of each feather, and it was a magnificent colored eye. The crow stared after the bird as it strolled away, and then just sat there in silence. Finally, the crow looked down at his own wings. "What a dull and ugly bird I am," he crowed. "Why can't I be like that bird?" As soon as he said this, he knew he would be something else. He bent his head, snatched one of his feathers in his beak, and pulled. Again and again he pulled and tugged, until at last he had removed every one of his feathers. See what happens next. His own feathers he had pulled one after another, and then he sat there, a completely naked bird. With one great swoop, he flew down from his nest and searched for that other bird. For days, the crow followed the beautiful bird. Every time an old feather dropped from the other bird, the crow snatched it up and stuck it into his own skin. Soon, he had bright green blur feathers sticking out of him in every direction. "Now," he said to himself, "I am beautiful, too beautiful to live with plain crows." So the crow moved in with a flock of new birds. When the peacocks found the strange and ugly bird amongst them, they shrieked and pecked at him. They chased him away. The crow could not live with the peacocks. The crow flew back to crowdom. But when the crows saw him there, the strange and ugly bird, they also shrieked and pecked at him too, and they chased him away. So now the crow sits in his nest, all alone, with no one, and no one admires him, not even himself. This was especially for Jahandev, who can't make it to class today.